Okay, Mark 4, verses 3 through 8. So, most people think this parable is about the seed, right? But it really is not. The seed is the exact same in every single scenario. The difference is the soil. And I'm going to break this down so that you can really figure out what kind of soil you are trying to grow in. Because God can give you a word, and He can give you an opportunity, He can give you a breakthrough, but you have to be in position to receive it. So, when Jesus explains a parable, right, he gives us four types of soil that exist in people's lives today. So, you have the path, the rocky soil, the thorns, and the good soil, right? So, the path in nature is ground that has been walked on many, many times, and so much so that it becomes hard and compacted, right? So, the soil is there, but it has become resistant. Nothing can penetrate it. The seed lands on the surface and never gets the chance to actually take root because the ground has lost all of its softness. So, in real life, this looks like a hardened heart. Maybe you've been disappointed, maybe you've been betrayed, or you've prayed prayers that just seem to go unanswered, right? So maybe life has walked over you so many times that you're now guarded. And the word, just like you can hear it and it can reach you, but it can't really get in. Not because God is not speaking, but because the pain has hardened that ground. Then you have the rocky soil. So in nature, rocky soil looks healthy at first, so seeds can sprout. But because there's only a very thin layer of soil on top, beneath the rocks, it prevents the roots from actually growing very deep. So everything looks promising in the beginning, but when the heat comes and all the terrible weather, the plant cannot survive because it never developed roots. It never developed a foundation. So in real life, this looks like temporary faith, right? So this is a person who gets excited when everything is going well, but the moment difficulty arrives, everything begins to wither. Not because they lack passion, but because they don't have roots. They don't have foundation. And roots are built in private before they are going to be tested in public. So then we have the thorns. So in nature, thorns don't kill a plant overnight. They compete with it. They steal the water. They steal the sunlight. They steal nutrients. The plant is alive, but it's being crowded. And something else is consuming all of its resources that it needs to grow. So in real life, this may look like a distraction, not necessarily something evil, just too many things, too much worry, too much anxiety, too much comparison. So the danger of thorns is that they don't uproot your faith. They slowly suffocate it. Then you have good soil. So in nature, good soil is soft enough to receive the seed, right? It's deep enough to sustain roots and clear enough to allow growth. It creates conditions for multiplication. So the same seed that failed on all the other soils, everywhere else, it flourishes right here. Not because the seed changed, but because the soil changed. So in real life, this looks like a heart that remains teachable, a person who stays rooted in very difficult situations, someone who continues trusting God even when growth isn't immediately visible. So good soil isn't perfect. It's simply soil that is available to be used. See, Jesus never changes the seed. The growth of the seed depends upon the type of soil that it is planted in. Because every one of us has been in all four of those soils at different points in our lives, right? Some seasons have hardened us, some seasons have left us shallow, some seasons have filled our lives with thorns. But Jesus is showing us something more powerful, and that is the condition of your soil is not permanent. Ground can be softened. Rocks can be removed. Thorns can be cleared. And when they are, growth becomes possible again. So the seed is always good. The word is always powerful. But are you in a position to receive what you are praying for?